ChatIQ is your AI expert for real-time customer support, trainable on your own company's data. The goal of ChatIQ is to completely automate and reduce the amount of emails that you get from your customers that use your product by creating an AI-powered chatbot support ticketing service that will automate frequently asked questions from your customers, trainable on your data, and it's all powered by GPT. So in this video, I'm going to give you a walkthrough of how the software works, what you can expect, and all the different customizations that you can do, and hopefully answer any questions that you may have. So first of all, when you come into ChatIQ, you'll be prompted to upload some training data, and all of that goes into your data feed. Now you can see here, I've actually scraped 77,000 words. You'll have up to 1 million words to play around with on the base plan. You can upload all sorts of data from a file, like a PDF file. You can scrape a website, or you can just upload text. When you create your first chatbot, you will then add that data directly to the chatbot, and it'll create a chatbot playground for you. Now, the chatbot playground allows you to go into a lot of customization detail, fully branding it out for your brand, changing all of the prompt questions, and I'm just going to walk you through some of the steps for building your first chatbot. So as you can see, there are multiple sections to the design, and down here on the right is a playground area where you can play around with and test your chatbot. Down here on the right, this is what it will look like once it's fully embedded into your website. You can see we've got two sections. We've got a chat with us and a submit a support ticket. The chat with us is the generic basic chatbot area where we can ask it a question, and it's going to use our data from our uploaded data feed to use that to respond to the question. Then it's obviously got the support ticketing area where you can actually gather support tickets from your users, and you can customize the categories. And then you can go ahead and you can see the responses from those tickets directly within your dashboard. So you can see here, this is an example response that's come through from ChatIQ. So I'm going to close that for the moment. We can change the banner message, which is this message here. We can change the chatbot intro message, which is this message here. We can also change the example user questions, which are these questions down here as well, and fully customize those. Now, one thing we've had a huge amount of request for is customizing the visual for your branding. So you can actually add your own company logo, and you can also change the icon widget that you add to your website. There are 96 different languages that you can choose from for your chatbot to respond in a different language, and you can also change the bubble colors for the user messages within the chat. There's a whole load more that you can do, such as setting up custom instructions, fixing hallucinations, and adding contact details to your chatbot, just giving it extra context and details so it's able to respond to user questions easier. Now, one of the really cool things with ChatIQ is how it can gather support tickets. And what it basically does, you can actually turn on and off support tickets depending on what you want. So I'm going to go into a different chatbot here that I've built, and if I turn off support ticketing, it will no longer be an option for me to have on my website. So if I'm having a chatbot on my main website, I probably don't want people to submit a support ticket. But if I'm embedding it into my SaaS application or my product, I want people to be able to submit a support ticket. And with support tickets, you can actually customize the categories. So you can see here, I've set mine to be, I have a bug, I've got a suggestion, or I've got an issue with my account. Within the standard setup for ChatIQ is we have question, suggestion, and account, but you can customize these. The other really cool thing is when we customize the design, for example, I've just customized this new chatbot here. We can actually change the color, and the user bubble color will also change directly within the support categories. And you can see I'm obviously using a different logo here, so you can customize it to your personal branding. Now, I want to give a demonstration of how the chatbot works. If, for example, I was to ask it what is ChatIQ, you can see how quickly those responses come through. And ChatIQ works by caching responses from question and answer pairs. So if somebody asks a similar question, and we basically do a semantic search. If there is a similar response to a similar question, we'll use the cached response. But in other situations, if nobody's already asked a question before, then it's going to go ahead and use your custom data to give that response. Then it will actually cache that data. The reason we do this is to reduce response times within the chatbot, so you can take the response times from an average of about 8 to 10 seconds all the way down to 1 or 2 seconds. If you don't like the response, you can either remove that response directly from cache, or you can adjust the response by editing the cache directly, or you can upload additional data to the chatbot. For example, if you ask it a question and the chatbot doesn't know the response, you may find that you actually need to give it more information. And when you give it more information, it will clear the response, and then the next time you ask it, it will generate a new response using the new information that you've given it. So it's incredibly powerful in terms of managing responses and response times for users. Another note is the adjust response and remove cache will not show up when you ask a question live on the chatbot on your live page. So this is just within the playground environment, so you can adjust this yourself. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the data feed and then the tickets section. So you can see here, we can upload multiple data. We can select, pick and choose which bits of data we want to use in a chatbot build. And then obviously you can see here, we've currently got 3 active sources selected. We can also add or remove files from a chatbot once we've built it. Depending on which plan you're on, you can build multiple chatbots and you can embed these chatbots into any website that you want. Finally, we have the support ticketing section. And I'm just going to use a demo account here. So you can see within the support ticketing section, we've created a system which will basically use your company data to prioritize those support tickets. You can then view all of these support tickets directly within your dashboard, and you can set up custom notifications from those support tickets directly to your email based on priority. And I'll go through ticket notifications in a minute. But say, for example, you can see through here, we can actually filter our ticket status with just the open tickets. So these are tickets we haven't yet responded to. We can also filter these tickets by the tickets that are closed that we have dealt with, and we can just look at all of them all at once. If we decide we want to look for a specific email, we can just search for it here, and then we can find that customer support ticket. If we were to now go into that support ticket, it's going to give us a load more information. Now, we've currently dealt with this support ticket, so it's currently closed. It's going to give us the average response time for that support ticket, and it's going to give us a status for the response time. So in this case, it took us a very long time to respond, so it said it's quite slow. Then it's given us the ticket down here. If we decide, we can actually reopen that ticket. So this is what a ticket would look like once it's open. Now, if a user has submitted multiple tickets, and I'll give you an example of that now. For example, here we've just set up an email with test Gmail. You can see they've submitted 6 tickets. 2 of them are currently unread, and the average response time for all of those tickets, and the total response time for the currently active tickets. So obviously, if you scroll through here, you can see we've dealt with some of these already, but these ones we haven't. So I'm just going to go and filter these by high priority, and we're going to go into this one. And what I wanted to do is create a system which would allow you to use your company data to manage these support tickets very quickly and very effectively with the click of a button. So say, for example, we want to respond to this customer. All we need to do is click on reply, and it's going to slide out this drawer here. And we can get a little bit more information about what this customer's problems were and their concerns. So up here is obviously the ticket. We've got the priority and the category of their ticket, so they've just been asking a question. Then it's got the ChatIQ writer down here, but we'll get to that in a second. Over here on the side, we can see the conversation that they've been having with the chatbot, so we can get an idea of what problems they had before they submitted the support ticket. We can also then write out an email response, or we can actually get an AI to generate a response for us. So if we just click this button here, it's going to go ahead and use all of the data that this chatbot is using, and it's going to generate an AI response. And you can see here, this is the response that it's generated, and it's obviously just given us a little bit of extra detail for us to fill out. So if somebody had asked a specific question about our product or our business, the AI would be able to use all of the data that it has and then give us a response based on that data. We can also input a small prompt here, for example, to make the email more casual before we then send this over to the AI. Now, if we're happy to send this, all we need to do is click on send this, and we can actually send it via Gmail, or we can just copy the support ticket. So we're going to send it by Gmail. And it's going to take a few seconds to load. And then what it's going to do is it's going to open up our default Gmail account. And this is just to make it easier if you're currently logged into the Gmail account that you use for customer support. It fills out that user's email, the subject line, and then also the email for that user. And all we need to do is fill in this, and then we can obviously send the email. Then once we've done that, we can mark the ticket as closed. It's going to slide it closed, and obviously if we open it again, you can see it's now marked the ticket as closed. Awesome. So let's say for now that we wanted to have a look at custom notifications for our support tickets. If we click this button here, we can actually select whichever chatbot we're currently using. So we're going to have a look at the ChatIQ one. We can give it our best email address. We can obviously send a test email to make sure that email's working, but we can set custom notifications based on priority levels. So if we only want to be notified if we've got a high priority alert come in, then we can just select it like this. And then what's going to happen is when a user submits a support ticket and the AI categorizes it as high priority, it's going to send us an email with a high priority alert. In that email, it's going to include the subject of the support ticket. It's going to give us a brief introduction. It's going to give us a little bit of information about the customer and also how many support tickets they've submitted previously. So we can now receive high priority support tickets when we're not sitting by our computer. If we're sitting there scrolling through our phone, we can get the email notification, and it will obviously let us know how bad the problem is. We can go in and we can then go and deal with that customer instantly. And this obviously allows us to get much quicker response times to our customers. So I'm just going to put that and turn that back on for medium priority. We can also go in and have a look at the historical messages that people have sent to our chatbot, and we can see what conversations people are also having with our chatbot. So that is a brief walkthrough of how ChatIQ works. If you have any additional questions, you can also ask the support chatbot on our website, and obviously it'll be able to answer any questions that you have. If you need any more help or anything at all, you can always send us an email at help@ChatIQ.ai, and we can always give you any more information that you need. Within the chatbot or within the builder, there are lots of tutorial videos that's going to give you a lot more feedback and detail on how to build things if you ever get stuck.